Dear students, in our previous class under the chapter Public Finance, we have completed various types of taxes, especially the major category direct taxes and indirect taxes. And also, we differentiated between direct and indirect taxes with examples. Today, let us proceed with another heading, what we have as proportional, progressive, regressive, and degressive tax. Observe proportional, progressive, and regressive tax. So we need to know only the meaning of these four terms: proportional, progressive, regressive, and degressive. Let us discuss the meaning of each one of these terms with suitable examples. Observe, first let us take up progressive taxation. Before we learn the meaning, clear, observe the first slide here. You will come to know that as the income is increasing here, observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. At each level of income, tax rate also increases. So, the very meaning of progressive tax can be clearly understood that as and when income rises, income of an individual rises, the tax rates also increases. Observe the explanation below. A tax is called as progressive if the percentage of income collected as tax increases as income increases. So here you need to focus on 2 points. As income increases, percentage of tax also increases, that you call it as progressive. I repeat, a tax is called as progressive if the percentage of income collected as tax increases as income increases. It is called progressive. For example, if income of an individual is rupees 1000 and further assume the rate of tax is 10%, then if the rate of tax is 10%, income of the individual is 1000, then he has to pay tax of rupees 100. Supposing, assume that his income doubles. Instead of 1000, it becomes 2000. With the increase in income, observe the rate of tax also has increased from 10 to 15%. So 5% extra he has to pay for the increased amount. As a result, the amount of tax paid also increases from 100 to 300. Observe here, 300 by 200, clear, into 100 is equal to, that is a small correction here. Observe, 300 by 2000 into 100 is equal to 15%. This should be 2000. That is the present income 2000. 10 is missing. Please keep that point in mind. So 300 tax paid, 2000 income into 100, it is 15%. The same meaning is written at the top of this slide. You can observe, as the income of a person goes up, the rate of tax goes up. That's it. Instead of making the things more complicated, clear, simple definition. Observe that handwritten point you observe. As the income of a person goes up, the rate of tax also goes up, so that higher income, clear, he pays more tax. Thus, progressive taxation reduce inequalities and makes tax structure more equitable, which means that rich will pay more tax and the poor will pay less tax. As a result, progressive taxation ensures equality or makes the tax structure more equitable. So here observe all the 3 points, any one definition you learn. Either you learn that which is handwritten, the very first sentence, or you learn this particular sentence with the numericals, and observe the picture carefully and try to grasp the essence of this particular point. It will be helpful. It may be asked under compulsory section. Let us move on to the second type. A tax is called regressive. Opposite, regressive. Previous what we learned was progressive, but this is regressive. If the average tax rate decreases as income increases. See, you observe this particular sentence and compare with the previous. Previous is said that as income increased, tax rates also increased in progressive. But in degressive, as your income increases, tax rate decreases. The rate of tax decreases, not the amount of tax. Keep it in mind. Here, observe an example. Income of an individual is 1000 rupees and the rate of tax is 10%. That means he is paying the absolute amount of tax of rupees 100. Suppose if the income doubles, that is instead of 1000 it becomes 2000. The rate of taxation will be 7.5%. That 7.5% how you obtain? Observe the amount of tax what he paid is 150 and his income that is 2000. Divide 150 by 2000 into 100, multiply it, then you get 7.5. Just one simple line. Average tax rate decreases as income increases, then you call it as regressive. However, regressive tax can also easily be understood with the help of these pictures. Observe extreme left hand side. Regressive tax structure. Low income individuals paying a higher percentage of their income on taxes than high income individuals. Here, high income individuals pay less tax. Low income individuals pay more tax. That is what even the second picture denote. See, the amount of money what he has income is more, but tax for him is only hypothetical. Example, they have given 15%. Whereas another person whose income itself is very less, compare this as well as this. Though the income is less, out of the small income, 25% he pays as tax. That means poor will bear more burden, rich will bear less burden here. And a regressive tax, a tax imposed in such a manner that the tax rate decreases as the amount subject to taxation increases. See, out of these meanings, clear? The very first one, the beginning, what we have, either this one or the extreme left hand side, you observe this one, or right hand side, you observe this one. Any one of these definitions you learn along with the numericals, that is sufficient as far as regressive is concerned. Let us move on to the third type, what we have as proportional taxation. If a taxpayer pays constant proportion of his income as tax, then it is called as proportional tax. Observe, I repeat, if a taxpayer pays constant proportion of income as tax, it is called proportional. Observe an example given here. If the income of an individual is 1000, then if he is paying tax of rupees 100, then the rate of tax will be 10%. Supposing if the income doubles also, the rate of tax remains the same, 10% only. 10% of 2000, that is 200 he pays. So like this, whatever may be the income, the rate of taxation remains constant, and that constant rate of taxation, if it is there, then it is called as proportional tax. Observe, clear the following slides here. Proportional tax. All incomes are taxed at the same rate. At least this definition you learn. Simple. All incomes are taxed same rate. 1000 also 10%. 2000 also 10%. 1 lakh also 10%. And 10 lakhs also 10%. Whatever may be the income, the rate of taxation remains constant. That we call it as proportional. Observe the right hand side of the same slide. Proportional taxes. Clear? Proportional tax is a tax that is same percentage for everybody. For example, sales tax. And they have given two hypothetical examples. Observe here. A CEO earning, clear, huge amount of money, he will also pay same percent, 6% of his total money or income as sales. Even a car wash worker who gets some nominal what you call money as tax per year, even he also pays 6%. That means whatever may be the income, the rate of taxation will never change. That you call it as proportional. Let us move on to the last type, what we have as degressive tax. I repeat, degressive. A degressive tax refers to an extreme version of regressive. Just remember one word. Extreme version of regressive is called degressive, where even the absolute amount of tax collected from the person decreases as income increases. See, in regressive, what will happen? Only the rate of tax will decrease. Absolute amount of tax collected will not decrease. But here, not only the rate of tax, the amount of tax collected also decreases. For instance, observe, if income is 1000, tax paid is 100, that is 10% income tax, rate of tax. Suppose if income doubles, 2000, the rate of tax becomes 50. See, previously he was paying 100, but now he pays 50. How? The rate of tax is 2.5. That is 50, the new tax paid, the new income 2000 divided 50 divided by 2 into 100 multiplied, then you get 2.5% as rate of taxation. A type of tax in which people with high incomes pay less tax. See, here only observe, 2000, 50 rupees will pay. People with high income pay less tax and than those people with low incomes. Degressive taxes redistribute wealth from bottom to the top. I repeat, degressive tax redistributes wealth from bottom to the top. However, you compare progressive, regressive, and degressive, clear, one major point of difference you can come to know. Anyway, all the four you practice the meaning, clear, and one numerical so that it will be helpful by chance if it is asked under clear 2 mark question, you will be easily able to answer that particular question. Thank you.